G'day mates, Cake11 here and welcome to the 1998 Luxembourg Grand Prix, the penultimate race in the 1998 season, and as such, notice the music, it's changed because we are potentially the final race in the championship battle. Looking at the points positions going into this round, if I lose to Mika Häkkinen after this race, Häkkinen is the world champion because I'm behind him by 11 points. I need to be underneath 10 to have any chance of defeating him, so I need to beat him this round if I want to become world champion. Anyway, enough of that. The 98 Luxembourg Grand Prix. It was won by Mika Häkkinen, which gave him a 4-point lead in the championship heading into the final round at Suzuka. Because Häkkinen and Schumacher were drawn after the Italian Grand Prix going into this race. And this result, which also saw Schumacher in second, meant that Häkkinen only needs to be second place to clinch the world title away from Michael Schumacher, making him the first Finnish champion since Keke Rosberg and McLaren's first Constructors' Championship, which they already have, from the time of Ayrton Senna. Häkkinen's teammate David Coulthard would score second place alongside Häkkinen, so that's a really good result for Ferrari. Meanwhile, the rest of the point scorer positions go to the second Ferrari of Eddie Irvine, Untitled Chapter in the Williams, and Giancarlo Fisichella in the Benetton Playlife. In fact, both Benetton got into top 10 quite well. Let's hope that's reflected here. Well, I hope it will be reflected here for me because we're racing at the Nürburgring, a track liked last year, I like, and can go very well at. With that said, looking at the Drivers' Championship now, Mika Häkkinen is in the lead only by 11 points from Kent 11. 11, as I said before, needs to beat Häkkinen to get within a stone's throw chance of winning the championship in Japan. Although in saying that though, if 11 comes 6th and Häkkinen doesn't score, then the same rules will apply. In that case, I just need to draw him to have any chance. Behind us is David Coulthard. He just got the jump. He's still got a hold over Michael Schumacher for third place. Michael Schumacher is obviously not letting that go without a fight. And looking at how he's going the past few rounds, Michael Schumacher should pass Coulthard if everything goes well. Eddie Irvine, Schumacher's teammate, is plodding along quite nicely in 5th place, followed by Heinz Howard Frentzen, the only Williams scorer in this season. If you ask me, you should reconsider moving to Jordan because being the dominant Williams, I don't think Jacques Villeneuve's going to be there for much longer. No, actually, he isn't. I think he's moving to the new BAR team for next year. Anyway, rounding out the point scoring positions, we've got Jean Alesi on 15 points, so he's quite solid down compared to that of Frentzen, and the next person down, Damon Hill. Hill is on 4 points. Just a point ahead of Giancarlo Fisichella, my teammate, and then rounding out the top 10, drawn for top 10, is Jarno Trulli and Ralf Schumacher. And now in the Constructors' Championship, McLaren Mercedes, as we saw last round, have clinched the Constructors' Championship, 47 points ahead of Ferrari. And Ferrari, in turn, is about 20 points ahead of Benetton Playlife, so unless both Benetton suddenly jump up, Ferrari and Benetton themselves are quite bolted down for those respective positions. So to Williams and Sauber, and to a broader extent Jordan and Prost, sorry. So look, the standings as they are now most likely are going to last to the end of this round and towards the end of the season. So anyway, now looking at the qualifying results, I'm off to a really good start. I start on pole after posting a 1 minute 16.640, so that is a reasonably quick time. Joining me on the front row of the grid, surprisingly, is Michael Schumacher. He was only 0.225 seconds behind me, so he might get a good jump from me at the start of this race, particularly in front of a home crowd. Then the McLarens of Coulthard and Häkkinen start on the second row, so not the ideal position for Häkkinen, but if he can make the jump at the start of the race, then he should be behind Levins, but going to the first corner. Following on behind, we've got Eddie Irvine in the second Ferrari, plus Jean Lacey in the Sauber, so he's plodding along quite nicely. And rounding out the top 10, we've got Damon Hill in 7th. Good qualifying result for Damon Hill and Jordan. Heintaud Frentzen, typically so, in the number 2 Williams, now number 1 of the team this year. And then the second Benetton of Fisichella, and the second Jordan of Ralph Schumacher. So overall, a fairly not so bad grid, although it does play into my hand quite well, considering I'm not with Häkkinen on the grid. And looking further down towards 20th, we can see my teammate Rubens Barrichello, almost 2 seconds behind, but he's in 12th place, so that's a bit better qualifying wise, so let's hope he can get into the top 10. So now with that done, let's see how this race goes, and let's hope it pays dividends. Right, we've completed our parade lap now, and now it's time for the Luxembourg Grand Prix to go right now. And as I pull away, everything looks not too bad at the start. Michael Schumacher's behind me, followed by David. Whoa! I did a really good start. That's probably my best start in at least several races. I've left everyone behind me. As we come into the Castrol S now, very clean, very online too, and I can't see any of them behind me. So, like I said before, Nürburgring is one of my favorite tracks, and a track that I go well at. And as you can see, I've had one of my best starts all season, although going through the Ford curve, was a little bit mediocre, but even still I managed to pull out of a fine as we come into the Dunlop curve now, the Dunlop hairpin, I should say. Go through it a bit slowly, as I can look behind me. Michael Schumacher's Ferrari is in second place, followed by what I can assume, David Coulthard. I would say Mika Häkkinen, but if I think about how everything's gone in the last couple of races in regards to starts, it's been pretty much the grid, maybe 1 or 2 changes. Now we're coming to the back straight now as I approach the very first Harzen-Bachborgen. And I'm pushing this thing to the limit, 110 kilometers an hour, but as I slam on the brakes to go through the Schwiedel chicane. Everything okay through there. Now I'm coming across the Koch curve, the final corner of the track, as I come across onto the pit straight to complete lap 1 of the Luxembourg Grand Prix for 98. And the positions after lap 1 we have Ken Levin, Michael Schumacher, David Coulthard, as I thought, Mika Häkkinen, Eddie Irvine in the second Ferrari, and then Damon Hill in the Jordan. So like I said, nothing's going to change there. And in saying that though, I get suspicion that this is going to be a very boring race, or rather straightforward race. So, but anyway, it's giving me time to sit back and relax and just chat about things. Actually, thinking about it, I was doing a bit of research to do with this race, and according to official sources, this race is called the 6th Grosse Warsteiner Prix von Luxembourg, implying that there were 5 Luxembourg Grand Prix before this. Now, I know one of them was last year because I raced in it, but as it turns out, it was held 4 times between 1949 and 1952 in the suburb of Finden, which today is quite prominent of hosting Luxembourg's only international airport, the Luxembourg-Finden International Airport. But it turns out there was a racetrack there as I come across the finish line to complete my fastest lap, 1:16.520, and the rate I'm going, it's not going to be falling anytime soon. Anyway, as I was saying, all the years of the first 4 Luxembourg Grand Prix were run by different drivers. Future world champion Alberto Ascari won the 1950 edition in a Ferrari. I'm not sure why it was not held. I'm assuming it wasn't. Yeah, events were not part of the Formula World Championship, are indicated by pink. Yes, I'm getting this off Wikipedia. But when it comes to hard facts like this is acceptable. Anyway, as I look back to screen, by the sound of things, I'm leaving the rest of the grid in the dust, which, good for me, maybe not so good for everyone else. I'm interested to see what the split times are, because I would think I'm about 2-3 seconds ahead of Michael Schumacher. But thinking about actually, excuse me, Mika Häkkinen, David Coulthard needs to give away some room to Mika Häkkinen Or otherwise, I'm just going to be within, a handful of points behind Mika Häkkinen coming to the final round. Yeah, as you can see, things haven't changed at the first round. Coulthard needs to give third place to Mika Häkkinen. I know it's race orders. Back in 98, I think they were legal. I don't think they were changed until about 2002. But Coulthard should let Häkkinen go past so Häkkinen can have a bit more of gap room for the World Championship battle. Because the way this is going, I'm going to be right up close to him to bring a epic final race conclusion to the season in Japan. And equally not good for Mika Häkkinen because I got second last race in a relatively inferior Stewart. Not saying that my car today is not very superior compared to Ferrari or McLaren, but even still, I'm good at that track. So it's going to be bad news for Häkkinen if things go the way they are, which unfortunately they are. We're all, lap 4? And things have been easily going my way. Now as I come across the Coca-Cola curve to complete lap 4, will I be able to beat my lap time? My best lap time? No, 1:17, so it's a bit slower by about half a second. And the positions have not changed. Kent Levin is still in the lead, followed by Michael Schumacher, probably about 2 or 3 seconds behind. Well, actually more than that, actually. I haven't seen him more race. Followed by David Coulthard, I would suspect reasonably close to him, to Schumacher. And then it's Mika Häkkinen in 4th place, not very good for him. Then Eddie Irvine, and then Damon Hill. It'd be good if they gave you the full grid positions or full standings to see where everyone else is. The only game I can see that doing that is the PC version of F1 Challenge, which I won't be playing. I'll be playing the PlayStation 2 version, which will be in a couple of races' time. Now we're coming across the final corner now to complete as the penultimate lap of the Luxembourg Grand Prix, and the standings are Levin, Schumacher, Coulthard, Häkkinen, Irvine, Frentzen. So Untitled Frentzen managed to get past Damon Hill to get another point scoring position for Williams. At least he's keeping the Williams baton up, considering Williams did not win the 1997 championship. They got really close to it with Jacques Villeneuve, but never got that far, and this year has just been a year of relative disappointment for the team, with Frentzen doing scoring, not wins, but general scoring, but Jacques Villeneuve, who was meant to win, is nowhere to be seen. I know Untitled Frentzen's moved to Jordan next year, and we believe Villeneuve has got something lined up with the new BAR team, or about to. So next year we'll see a completely new Williams team. Not surprising. You could pretty much say that since their last championship, particularly in this, was 1996, that era of Williams dominance is finished. Now they need to focus on the next one, if there will be one, as time goes on. Now, as we come across the Vidal chicane for the final time, overall, dominant race, no problems whatsoever. So we come across the Coca-Cola curve for the final time. Take a bow, Kent Levin, the winner of the Luxembourg Grand Prix from 1998. And just rightly slow down to wave to the pit crew. So another very straightforward race. No surprises, no problems or anything like that. Very comfortable win. And it's put me one step closer to scoring my first Formula 1 World Championship in only my second year. And a season that I did not expect. I expected to be point scoring, maybe a race win here and there, but definitely not a title contender. How wrong I was. Yes, as such, same results as it was at the end of the 5th lap. Kent Levin wins by 2 seconds over Michael Schumacher. And David Coulthard gets 3rd place, a further 2 seconds behind Schumacher. Mika Häkkinen, another second behind. Then Irvine, 3 seconds. Frentzen, 2 seconds. So very spaced out top 10. I was hoping that further down the grid there would be some sort of battle going on, not to be a very boring race for the German crowd. So now looking at the Drivers' Championship standings, Mika Häkkinen is still in the lead on 89 points, but his lead over Kent Levin has been slashed dramatically. Levin is now 4 points behind Mika Häkkinen and can battle Häkkinen hard for the World Championship in the next race. So that's going to be a very intriguing battle. And then following on from there, Michael Schumacher secures... Okay, not secures third place. No! And then following behind, Michael Schumacher manages to pass David Coulthard for third in the championship so far by 1 point. His charge throughout the last couple of races of the season, starting in Hungary, has paid dividends. He's now beaten Coulthard to be in the top 3 and obviously keeps Ferrari's reputation up. Eddie Irvine is in 5th place, just 20 points behind Coulthard. And then Frentzen is in 6th place, a further 17 points behind Irvine. So Irvine and Frentzen look pretty secured in those positions. So too Jean Alesi in 7th place with 15 points. And then rounding out the point scoring positions for this round is Damon Hill, Giancarlo Fisichella, Jarno Trulli and Ralf Schumacher. None of those 4 scoring again. And in the Constructors' Championship, McLaren Mercedes have more or less kept the same gap in the standings with Ferrari, although Ferrari may have caught up by a point, scoring 1 more point than McLaren in this round, thanks to Michael Schumacher's 2nd place. And Benetton have caught up a little bit to Ferrari. They now only 17 points behind them as well. Williams Mechachrome are on 25 points, so they're, like I said, secured in 4th. So too Sauber on 15, Jordan on 5, and Prost on 1. Jordan and Prost are the only 2 that can change positions, unless either Stewart, Arrows, Minardi, or Tyrrell manage to score some points in the next race. So there we have it for the Luxembourg Grand Prix. What wasn't shown during the race did reflect in the standings. Point is, I am due for a championship battle with Mika Häkkinen for the final race. Should be a very interesting race, an exciting race, better than this one. It's at one of my favorite tracks, so what can be better? I hope you all guys enjoyed this race, and I'll see you guys at the final round in Japan.